Hey, this is Andrew Jones. You watch On Deck with Tyler.
Welcome into On Deck. I'm Tyler Redmond. As always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell for notifications so that you can be notified every time I drop something new related to Braves baseball. Also, you can follow me on social media at BubblegumJesus on Twitter and Instagram. So the Braves released their 30-man opening day roster yesterday, and we're going to go through it, talk about some of the surprises, and just basically give you an overall breakdown of what the Braves did and why they did it. So let's start out by showing you the pitchers. So the pitchers consist of Julius Chassin, Grant Dayton, Mike Foltynewicz, Max Fried, Shane Green, Luke Jackson, Chris Martin, Tyler Matzik, Mark Melanson, AJ Minter, Sean Newcomb, Darren O'Day, Mike Soroka, Josh Tomlin, Touki Toussaint, and Kyle Wright. So the ones that were left off out of that 60-man player pool consisted of Tucker Davidson, Kyle Muller, Chris Russon, Jared Schuster, Ian Anderson, Yasiel De La Cruz, Chad Sapatka, Patrick Weigel, Bryce Wilson, and Oscar Wienow. So the injured list is Philip Pfeiffer, Cole Hamels, Jacob Webb, and Will Smith. The biggest surprise here overall to me would be Tyler Matzik over Chris Russon. Reason being, it's not a bad choice or anything. It's left-handed pitcher. We need that certainly in the bullpen. But to me, we saw so much of Chris Russon in spring training and summer camp. I was surprised that he wasn't on this and Tyler Matzik was. And again, it's not a bad choice. We just saw so much of him, and he did his job. He performed well. Chris Russon did. So when I was writing this out, and I never gave you a preview of what I thought it was going to look like, but it looked similar to this. When I was writing it out, Chris Russon was immediately on there just because of how much we were seeing of him. Chad Sapatka had an appearance the other night, and it was like the first appearance we'd seen in a while. So to me, that was a surprise just to me. Maybe to you, maybe not. Let me know in the comment section. But moving on, we're going to move to the catchers. The only two catchers the Braves are going to carry are Travis d'Arnaud and Tyler Flowers. The ones left off here are Logan Brown, William Contreras, Alex Jackson, Shea Langoliers, and Jonathan Morales. So the biggest surprise here is, where's Alex Jackson, right? We've seen so much of that guy in all different positions in the outfield and at the catching position. Why is he not on the roster? And it's actually pretty simple. We've heard so much about catcher depth this season across MLB, how much the catcher is going to be needed this season and how important it is to have depth at the catching position. With that said, it's fairly easy to replace a catcher. You just put the alternate in. If Tyler Flowers gets hurt, d'Arnaud goes in. If d'Arnaud gets hurt, Tyler Flowers goes in. Just for one game until the next day when you can promote Alex Jackson or William Contreras from Gwinnett, most likely being Alex Jackson based on what we've seen in summer camp. So why waste a spot when the transition is actually very simple? So moving on to the infielders, Matt Adams, Ozzie Albies, Johan Camargo, Charlie Culberson, Freddie Freeman, Adini Hechavarria, Austin Riley, and Dansby Swanson. Left off here, Yonder Alonso. Now, before I go further, because this one is the biggest topic on the left-off list, if you're shocked by this, remember, I told you this was going to happen a couple of days ago. I'm just going to spell this out for you. There is not enough room on the Atlanta Braves for everybody that we're seeing in these scrimmages, everybody that we know of right now with the Braves. I'll tell you, in my opinion, I don't think there's enough room for he and Yonder Alonso to sit side by side unless they're both just red hot, which I don't foresee happening. I'm not going to project who is going to be traded or anything like that. I think Yonder Alonso is great for the depth of the Braves. I think he could be put in Gwinnett and be called up later, but I think Matt Adams is going to be your playmaker here. So with Matt Adams there to back up Freddie Freeman, you don't need Yonder Alonso there to be an immediate backup at least. You need depth, but you have depth in Gwinnett. You can instantly bring him up if you need him. I don't foresee that happening, to be honest with you. So I don't see anything that surprised me here with the infielders. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section. But I think there's plenty of depth on the 30-man, much less in the player pool, especially in the infield. So moving on to the outfielders. You got Ronald Acuna Jr., Adam Duvall, Ender Inciarte, and Marcell Ozuna. Left off, Michael Harris, top prospect, Christian Pache, top prospect, Drew Waters, top prospect, and on the injured list is Jeremy Walker. Again, no real surprises here. I think any of those guys will fit fine in the outfield. If I had to say, I think Christian Pache is most likely to see time throughout this year in terms of who is left off on this list. But that's all I got today. Stay tuned for later today. I'm going to give you an opening day look ahead for tonight when the Braves take on the Mets. So to see that, make sure you like this video, you subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell for notifications so you know right when that video drops. And of course, check out some of my other stuff on this channel. And of course, also, you can follow me on social media, Tyler Redmond at BubblegumJesus on Twitter and Instagram. I always appreciate a follow there, so make sure you go do that. That's all I got, so stay tuned right here on deck.